Okay, we are back, and on the phone with us right now is the president of PSA, Joe Orlando. How are you, Joe?
Doing great. Good evening, gentlemen.
Say hi to Leighton. Leighton's on board with us tonight. Leighton is taking Rico's place.
Hey Joe, how are you?
Good. How you doing, Leighton? You know, I was wondering where the question about Survivor was going to come into play.
Well, I tell you, I don't know. You're in California, so we're real proud of Rico tonight. As a matter of fact, I caught the pregame ceremonies tonight at Fenway Park. This is a big event today in Boston for our national audience. It's the annual WEEI and Nesson Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon. And
it's the 50th anniversary of the team that lost the World Series.
And it's the 50th anniversary of the Impossible Dream Team Red Sox. So tonight, big events at Fenway Park, and they honored the 1967 team. And I was telling Lou that other than Yaz, Rico got the biggest hand of all the players. The fans just love that guy. They just love him. So it was fun, and we're happy for Rico. So we asked Leighton to jump in, and Leighton is actually co-hosting. He's going to earn his keep tonight. Anyways, Joe, let's chat with you. Joe, I emailed you because I've had a couple of people mention to me that they didn't realize what a wealth of information is just right on the website, the PSA website. One in particular had no idea that the entire price guide was on there. And, I mean, can you tell us a little bit? I mean, we really want to get – I mean, obviously a lot of people know about the website, but there are some people that don't realize the tools that are on that website. Can we chat about some of those things?
Absolutely. So about several years ago, 6-7 years ago, we decided as a company to remove the paid wall that was sitting in front of several segments of our site. So, for example, years ago, we used to charge for things like the price guide and the population report and those types of things. So you had to have either a membership or buy a subscription to get to that information. And then, we decided as a group that, look, the way you get people into the hobby, not just as customers of PSA, because we're going to get our fair share no matter what at this point, but to get new buyers into the hobby and to get people pumped up and interested in the collectibles, you have to tell the story behind the collectibles. So that can come in the form of price guides, population reports, articles, images, slideshows, videos, you name it. So we removed that paid wall, and in those 6 or 7 years consecutively, we have grown each and every year on our website, and now we average well over 3 million page views a month on our website because people are finding all of this information, again, whether it's data or just the stories, interviewing collectors about what they find interesting. And unfortunately, in our industry, and I think Leighton can back me up on this, there aren't too many websites that spend time and effort in telling these stories. You might have isolated websites that focus on one particular set or a particular player, but there aren't a whole lot of websites that do that. So we actually encourage other companies to do the same. But it's very, very important for the future of our hobby to, again, use content to cultivate new collectors.
Hey, Leighton, have you heard, I mean, obviously you do a tremendous amount of business with PSA. What are your thoughts on the website? I mean, do you, as a dealer, get a lot of information off of the website?
So I would say on average, I'm on PSA's website probably dozens of times a day.
Really?
Referencing anything from the population report to an article about, let's say, a past card or a set, or looking at the SMR guide online is just very useful, whether it be when just researching an individual card or trying to price out a set break. It's a phenomenal resource of information.
So, Joe, it's both a tool for the collector and the dealer. I mean, that's what it's turned into.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think so. And what our plan is, and we've been working on this now for a few years, is that so again, in the past, we had all of these different individual segments of the site. They were divided up. Again, Leighton just mentioned the Pop Report articles. They were all sort of separate, and they still exist in separate form. But the ultimate plan, and again, we've been working on this for a few years now, is under the portion of the website called Collectible Facts. So this has card facts, autograph facts, ticket facts, back facts. We're going to be adding photo facts sometime this fall. That way you can go to a page. So let's say you're looking for information on a 1965 Topps Mickey Mantle card. You go to that individual page, and all of that information is on one page. So instead of having to bounce from one segment to the other, or one section of the website to another, all of the data, all of the articles, the images, videos, whatever it is, auction prices realized, which we're going to beef up over the next 12 months, all of it will be available on this sort of ultimate online encyclopedia. And the best part about it is that it's free. There's no membership. We believe that it definitely has served us well over the last several years in terms of growing our business and growing our web traffic, but for the future growth of the hobby, we believe it should be a free model, and we have no plans on changing that.
We've got to get some of the things that you're talking about right now, I wish every collector in the country knew about it, because just about any information that you're going to need as a collector is going to be right there at your fingertips. That's phenomenal. I particularly like I like the articles by Kevin Glue. Some of the I've read over the last week, we're going to be bringing some of these people on the show, some of these private collectors. There's been some great stories that you guys have published, regarding some of the collectors out there. There's some really neat stuff.
Yeah, we assign a lot of articles over the course of the year to Kevin Glue and other writers that are on staff, and the beauty of that is when he interviews a particular collector, or if he interviews several collectors about a particular set. I think Leighton mentioned earlier that sometimes he may research a particular set. The beauty of it is, whether he wrote the article 4 years ago or 5 years from now, once the article goes online, it's there forever, and it breaks down the set. What are the tough cards? What are some of the elusive commons in the set? What are some of the, condition obstacles? Are there short prints in the set? Are there variations? So it becomes this, again, permanent online resource that any collector can find. And one really interesting thing that we've noticed over that several-year period is by doing that, by going to the free model, our search engine optimization has gone through the roof. So what I mean by that, for those not familiar with SEO, is that when you go to Google and you punch in a set of terms, whether it's 1965 Topps or 1986 Fleer or Lou Gehrig autographs, you will find that pages on the PSA site will come up in the top handful of searches almost every single time if specific terms are entered into the search engine, and that's all organic. It's not paid for. It's because the content is free.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. All right, Joe. Again, we appreciate you coming on board. Urging all the collectors, you got to check it out. Go on to the PSA website. There's just a wealth of information there, and it's, as Joe says, it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. All right, kid. Thanks for your time. We appreciate it.
Have a great night, guys.
Take care.
Take it easy.
Joe Orlando, president of PSA. You're listening to the Great American Collectibles Show, brought to us by our friends at PSA and our good friends at the National Sports Collectors Convention. The forthcoming 39th is coming up next year.